So I'm out on a dog walk this morning. We're just going by what we call fish ponds. It's a man-made lake by Colonel Hutchinson, I believe, who lived here. And yes, I wanted to talk to you about walking. I watched a podcast last week with Dr. Stephanie Estima, and her guest was Mark Sissons. And he's been on my radar for quite some time. He's a retired athlete, let's say. He was a marathon runner. He could run the marathon in 2 hours 18, which is fast. So he was competitive. And he was talking about walking, just ducking under the branches here. Basically, he started to write a book about longevity, which is of interest to me. And just for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sam and I'm a nutritional therapist, and my aim is to live a long and healthy life, and I want to share what I learn from myself and with my clients with you to help you also live your long, healthy life. And I might have a dog who's living a very short life in a minute. If she doesn't hurry up, I'm just going to get her. It won't be a minute. I had to wait for a helicopter to go past as well. Yes, so back to Mark Sissons. He started writing this book on longevity, and whilst he was looking into walking and how that could assist us, he realised there was so much associated with it. He changed his book to all about walking. I think it's called Born to Walk, and I think it's out in April, but not 100% sure. I hope the audio is okay because it is quite still today, but sometimes even a little breeze can affect the audio, so I hope it's all right. Anyway, it was an incredibly interesting talk, and he was explaining how walking is anabolic. It helps build our bodies up, whereas running is catabolic, can help break our bodies down. And although there are benefits to running, he said about 50% of runners are injured, and because the impact is so significant. In fact, it's 7 times the impact you get from walking. So what they also, I read a paper, I was looking into what else is there around walking, and I found a paper where they did a study with 2 groups of people. One group of people walked at a moderate pace, and the other group of people walked at a fast pace. Now, the moderate did it over 30 days, and the fast pace did it over 15 days. And at the end of those periods, they measured their fat loss. And the adipose tissue, i.e. the body tissue, the body fat that we hold, there was a significant loss in those who walked at the slower pace. But with the fast pace, nothing significant at all. However, visceral fat, the fat that we get around our organs, I've now got some, I can see a deer heading towards the big tractor. Yes, the visceral fat though, there was visceral fat loss in both groups. So you can still, the benefits from walking were greater than running, but you can still get some benefits from running as well. Now, going back to Mark Sissons, he also, as a professional athlete, knows many other professional athletes, and he started to keep a list at one point of those he knew who had a heart attack and sadly didn't make it, and some who had a heart attack had come through it, those had pacemakers, and he got to about 60 associates of his when he stopped writing the list. And what he was saying was the heart muscle works for the other muscles of the body, and it works on demand, and we don't get much in the way of feedback if we're overdoing it with the heart. So if we do over exercise, as in excessive running, I don't know if we can hear the tractor in the background as well, if we do exercise with excess, then we can actually damage the heart muscle. It can stretch, and it impacts on our later life. Let's just show you the quiet countryside is often busy. Oh, the tractor's coming this way. I might have to stop recording and start again in a moment. Yeah, so sadly, the damage that we can do by excessive exercise, and I have found this actually not so much from the damage, but I've had a number of clients who run. They go running regularly. These are clients who are in their mid-years. Stay here, darling. And they go to the gym and they're doing multiple high-intensity exercises, body pump and that kind of thing. And they are struggling to lose the weight that they've gained during midlife. And I've often asked them to down-regulate their exercise and maybe include a bit of walking and stretching instead. Because as we do high intensity, we do release some stress hormone, cortisol. And this is important. It helps us release energy from our stores so that we can energize our muscles. And it's the part of the fight or flight response. However, oh dear, I think we're spotting pheasants now. Girls, don't go in there, sweethearts. Come on. No, Lulu, don't, darling. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There's my. Say hello. Say hello. There she is. That's my naughty girl. And you, monkey. And this is Monkey. Hello, Monkey. Hello, Monkey. She's not really called Monkey. Anyway, come on, Cheeky. Right, where was I? Right, as I was saying, when we trigger the fight or flight, the stress response can really impact our ability to lose weight and maintain weight. So we really need to have that downtime. We find actually cortisol also helps our muscles repair after we've exercised. So the downtime, the recovery period is possibly more important than the actual exercise. But the science around walking shows that this moderate sort of exercise that we do has an all-round health effect. So it can help us build some muscle, it helps us manage our weight. A lot of people lose weight by including walking with a good diet. And we mustn't forget, to actually manage your weight, diet is key. The exercise you do around it is assisting. It helps muscle tone, helps us build muscle, which then we can use up more energy. So yes, walking really has all-round benefits. Now, I've mentioned in previous videos, walking the dogs is part of my therapy, if you like. I find it quite meditative. I enjoy the walk, the physical activity. I love being outside in the countryside. I fill my cup when I'm out here. Today, it's gorgeous. And look, it's stunning. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely day. The birds are singing, here's skylarks, seen deer, heard the pheasants, haven't seen them yet. And it's wonderful. And I find that walking is great for my mental health. If I'm feeling anxious, sad, angry, any of these emotions, if I go for a walk, it all settles down and I come back refreshed. And nothing, I'm living in this moment. Nothing is better than this moment. I love the quote from Eckhart Tolle. How does it go? All that we have is now. This is all we have. This is the moment we have. The past is gone. We can't affect it. The future isn't here. And we can't really influence it too greatly. So all we have is this moment in time. And I'm standing in the middle of a field at this moment in time. And I am safe. And with my beautiful dogs. Sun shining, birds are singing. It's bliss. So this walking for me is part of my mental health activity, if you like. So, and it's been proven that we release endorphins, these happy neurotransmitters. Basically, we get a lot of runners get it. But you can get it walking as well. So it can really lift the mood. So it's highly recommended for people who have stress issues. Now, I've just got to come back to something that I should have thought of saying at the beginning. I'm a nutritional therapist. I'm not a doctor. So everything I'm sharing with you today is for information and education purposes. I'm not recommending anything personal to anybody here. But what I would say is, if you do want to make changes, if you do want to walk as part of your exercise, do see your medical practitioner first, because we're all individual. We all respond differently, and for some it may not be the best thing for them. It's great for most people though. But please see your medical practitioner if you want to make any changes, and just enjoy the video for a little bit of info. I hope it inspires people. So yes, walking, great for the muscles. Great, actually, walking across ploughed fields really helps the balance. I think my ankles are stronger. I think my wrists are stronger from walking dogs, although they're off the lead now. I think, trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to share about walking that I thought was relevant. But from a midlife point of view, it is great to include this. So many women are stressed out and do struggle with their weight management, and I think walking is one of the best ways we can actually help manage that. And I'm going to see if I turn around. Oh, the sun's right in my face now. There's a lovely, can't see it now, old barn over there somewhere. I always look at that and think, oh, wonder what a nice home that would be. Yes, my imagination goes wild. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'd love to know what you think, actually, whether you do walk and how you find it. I'd also really appreciate any feedback on anything you might want to know about, anything that has been useful. And please share this with anybody, particularly women in their midlife who may benefit. And see you next time. Actually, there is one more thing. Mark Sissons has, with a colleague, I believe, designed a range of footwear called Peluva. And this footwear is particularly to help us get back to a more natural state of walking. Each toe goes into a separate compartment, so it's like a glove for the foot. And it helps us reconnect with the earth, but also the messages from our feet to our brain are numerous, and in split seconds you could be walking on a divot, some sort of stone in the earth, and your foot will send messages to your brain about what's going on, and immediately your body or your brain will send a message back, so you adjust your foot so you don't twist your ankle, for instance. And we lose that when we wear shoes. He also was talking about the messaging going through from the big toe to the brain, and also how the big toe is connected to the butt, to your backside, and to the muscles there. And if we push off from our big toe, we can work the muscle in the backside. So I found that particularly interesting, as yes, that's always been an area of attention for me, is my backside and trying to work the muscles there. So I'm spreading my toes in my boots, which are quite wide, and hoping to work that muscle. So yes, very interesting. There's another range of footwear out there, same principle, and probably worth looking into. So, and now I will sign off, and thank you very much for listening. Take care.